Welcome everyone, and thank you so much. I love these events, and I love to see everyone at the end. I wanted, on the behalf of the department, to thank Debra and Kamila for being here, to thank Elise and Robin for all the organization, and thank everyone that's graduating for all the hard work you did and all the things you put in, your perseverance and getting through a very odd year, but everything that happens during the program is fantastic. And on behalf of the MA program, I also want to thank the MA students and congratulate them. I'm going to hand it off to Kamila to say a few words, and I'm very excited. And it's nice to see you again, and I'm looking forward to it. I'll just say a few words in the sense of Kamila was born and raised in Montreal, and she graduated with her BA in journalism in 2012. Since then, she's worked at the Montreal Gazette, the Toronto Star, CTV Montreal, CBC Montreal, and is now the editor at the Athletic MLB. And Kamila, thank you so much for coming to talk. I'm going to hand it over to you for commencement words, and we'll move on from there. Welcome.
Thank you. Oh my God, that list is so weird. It's such a weird thing to hear and to write. And anyway, thank you so much. First of all, congratulations to all of you. You've done something so exceptionally difficult, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, think about how many people in like the history of the world can say that they graduated from university during a global pandemic. I think relatively small numbers, so you're in a pretty exclusive club, and you've accomplished something absolutely remarkable and something that I'm sure was extremely difficult. So hats off to you. I thought I'd give you a little advice that I hope will serve you in whatever career you choose, whether that's in journalism or in another field. So this first thing is something that I've been thinking about a lot. It's something that I used to kind of, when the feelings of self-doubt kind of start to creep in, and it's to remember that you are where you are for a reason. And I'm not talking about some kind of divine reason. I just mean like when you have a job, someone saw something in you. Someone believes that you have something to bring to the table, that you have a perspective that is useful or important. So tap into that and don't lose sight of it. And this is actually some advice that I got recently because I just changed jobs about a month ago. And honestly, there have been some days where, I'm sitting here in my house. I've never met any of my colleagues before, and I have to like reach back into the recesses of my brain that I'm sometimes not sure is even working, and just remind myself, like, you are here for a reason. It has become a little bit of a mantra, so I'm passing it on to you. Just remember, you are where you are for a reason. I'm here for a reason. That's generally what's going on in my brain at any point, given point of the day. The other thing is to don't be afraid to admit that you don't know everything. I consider myself a young journalist. My friends are young journalists. I've been around younger journalists in the CBC Montreal newsroom, and I found that we all have this fear of like looking stupid or of not knowing things. And I say we, I say us, because this is me. I hate that feeling of not knowing what I'm doing. And I think it's important to just remember that it's okay to not know everything, and it's okay to ask questions, and it's okay to ask stupid questions. I am a firm believer that the saying there's no such thing as a stupid question is absolutely wrong. There is absolutely such thing as a stupid question. I have asked so many stupid questions where I have someone looking at me like the answer is right in front of your face. I told you this yesterday. A couple of weeks ago, for example, this is something that turned into a stupid question. One of my writers, I was trying to like look like I was on the ball, and I was like, when do you think you're going to be home from the ballpark? And he was like, the team is on the road. I'm at home. I've been at home this whole time. And then he laughed at me. So not only was I not on top of things, I didn't realize that the team was on the road, but then he laughed in my face. So very bad, not the best experience. But then also I've had the experience where I ask what I thought was a stupid question, and the person is like, oh, I've never actually thought of that, or, oh, why do we do it that way? So, you know, sometimes your dumb questions aren't as dumb as you think they are. It does take a certain amount of like bravery to be able to ask them. And the thing is that I got into journalism because I wanted to learn. I felt like it was a good way to learn about a lot of things and to impart what I've learned onto other people. But you can't really learn if you think you know everything. So, you know, you have to have that openness to just remember that there's so much out there to learn, and it's okay sometimes to ask those dumb questions. It's okay that you don't know everything. No one knows everything. So just be open to learning and to making yourself look a little silly along the way. Yeah, so just to go back to my current job in baseball right now, there's been a spate of what's called a no hitters, which is when a pitcher basically doesn't allow the opposing batters to get on base with hits or to get hits. And it's pretty difficult, but there have been so many in the last 2 months that everyone's like, what's going on? What's happening to the game? But there is some conventional wisdom around how pitchers manage to accomplish that feat, accomplish a no-hitter. And they say that it's a mix of skill, so they have to be extremely skilled to pull it off, and they also have to have a little luck. And that's kind of how I see my journalism career so far. It's a mix of skill, because I definitely worked really hard to get to where I am. And also there's been a little bit of luck in terms of being in the right place at the right time and that kind of thing. So my hope is that you all will be able to parlay the skills that you've gotten over your 3, 4, X number of years at Concordia into careers that make you happy, and that you get a little luck along the way if and when you need it. So congratulations again, and good luck out there.
Thank you, Kamila. You're amazing. You're amazing. No, I'm really, really happy to hear this, and I echo your thanks. And from my perspective of always hitting the batter in the head with the ball, not like getting the no hitter, I think your advice is excellent. I'm going to hand it off to Elise Amend, the current undergraduate program director, to say a few words. Elise.
Thank you so much, Dave. And thank you so much, Kamila, for your very inspiring words. You can never have too many baseball analogies, so that was great. And congrats on the new gig, it's fantastic. So here we are again on yet another Zoom call, but this time celebrating our spring 2021 graduates, which is awesome. Of course, everyone is completely zoomed out, as we all know, thanks to these last 14 months. But sure enough, when we put the call out for this little online event, we got some like really enthusiastic responses, which I think says a lot about our students. You know, despite less than ideal, and that's an understatement, circumstances, you've all worked so hard to pivot and make the best of the situation. And you've all done the absolute best with the resources that you have on hand to produce some really excellent work in your courses from what I've seen, and really become the best possible journalists under the situation, which is, as everybody has said so far, unbelievably impressive. So we're all so proud of you, and honestly can't wait to see what you do next. So 2 of our amazing undergraduate students answered the call and said, yeah, we do want to say some words at this event. So I'm going to invite them to do that now. So first up is Fatima Dia. So Fatima, if you're all set, I'm going to throw it to you for a bit. So take it away.
Hi, I did not expect to go first. I hope everyone is doing well. Excuse my little shaky voice. I haven't actually been on a Zoom call in a while. So this is fun, and it's always fun to see familiar faces. Hi, Pamela. I don't know if everyone was in the same year as me, but Pamela definitely was. Wow, it's really great to see so many faces that I've seen before. Aphrodite, it's so nice to see you again, and Christina, you too, and AJ, and Dave, of course, always. Oh God, I just wanted to say thank you, you know, as it goes, for everything that you guys have done. The last year has been tough, to say the least. I'm watching this from Lebanon, and it's kind of surreal to be able to, in a way, partake in some kind of, you know, a graduation celebration, if you will, because I really didn't think I'd get to be part of this. And it's really exciting. So thank you for putting this together, and thank you again for the past year and for all the professors and the work that you guys did to help us get here. And I hope this isn't the end. I'm hoping that I get to come back again to Concordia, to the program. I don't know, maybe I'll consider a master's, a PhD, who knows? I love this program. I love the school. Yeah, AJ likes that idea. Cool. You know, that's all I want to say. I'm kind of in awe of this moment, because I didn't expect to feel this way. Honestly, I was like, oh, okay, you know, that's nice. Let's just go through with this. But I'm actually like, I think it's finally settling in my mind that I'm done with this part of my life, and it's overwhelming and exciting at the same time. And thank you so much for, you know, being a part of this. That's all.
Thank you so much, Fatima. You're absolutely right. I remember feeling that way graduating too, where it was like, oh yeah, it's over. And then all of a sudden it's over. But over, yes, but I will probably say this a lot over the next few days, but don't be a stranger. We're always so happy to see what our grads get up to and hear from you once you are done. So yes, done, but not gone forever. So thank you so much for that, and congratulations. We have one more undergrad student who would like to say a few words, and that's actually Pamela, who you pointed out already. So Pamela Pagano, congratulations, and go ahead. It's over to you.
Hi, Fatima. I'm so happy to see you and everyone else as well. So it is very overwhelming. Like, I just want to cry, but I will try not to. So I want to say that I remember the Concordia open house actually as if it was yesterday. It's pretty difficult to forget actually, because there was actually a snowstorm that day, and it took me forever to get downtown. And then there I was trying to find the journalism kiosk, only to find out that Concordia has another campus. And so that was the first day that I took the shuttle bus, not knowing that I'd actually end up meeting Andrea Hunter and fall in love with J School and take that shuttle for the next 4 years. And these 4 years were, aside from educational, they were life-changing. Like from AJ teaching us how to use equipment, Aphrodite, Dario, Jim teaching us photography, lighting, all that. Elise, Leo guiding us with writing articles, investigative journalism. Wayne making us pull like all-nighters covering the elections. And Paul making us create a radio show in 3 hours every Monday morning, which was not stressful at all. And this was life-changing because no matter how much work it was, we kept coming back, right? We kept renting those cameras from the depot, carrying pounds of equipment in the bus, in the metro, people looking at me and us like, what are these people doing? And we even produced projects over Zoom during the global pandemic. And yeah, we kept taking that shuttle bus, which led us here, 2021 J School graduates. And I just want to say congratulations and thank you to everyone.
Thank you so much, Pamela. That was awesome and makes me miss J School, strangely, although everything sounded so stressful, but that was great. Thank you so much. Congratulations to you and to everyone graduating this spring. We're gonna miss you a lot. You might not realize this, but as I was saying before, your profs actually love hearing about what you get up to after you graduate. So please make sure to keep in touch and let us know how things go from here. I'm sure it'll be awesome. All right. Okay, I'm going to pass it over to Aphrodite Salas now, who recently took over as the department's diploma program director. So very excited about that. So Aphrodite, over to you.
Thank you, Elise. Thank you, Kamila, for your comments earlier. Pamela, Fatima, it's so great to see everybody here today. On behalf of the diploma program, I want to congratulate each and every one of you. It was an unprecedented 18 months and it continues, but we all pulled together and you all shone and you made it. So Now you're entering a new world full of many opportunities. And some of you know where you're headed. Others are still figuring it out. And my only advice to you is to remember that life is not linear, and neither is journalism, as you've all definitely learned by now. You know, you might pitch a story and think that it'll end up one way, and it almost always ends up in some other way. And sometimes the circuitous path is the one that you're very much meant to be on. So on that note, I'd like to pass the mic to our three diploma speakers in order. First, we'll have Paula Santana, then Paula will head off to Eric DeCare, and then Eric will head off to Fen Mays. Paula?
Oh, I did not know I was going first. Okay. Not stressed at all. Okay. Jump in. Okay, first off, I just wanted to reiterate what Eric and Fen are already going to say, which is we're so grateful for our wonderful professors this year who went out of their way to be adaptable. We can only imagine how hard it was to teach under these circumstances, so we're really grateful for the effort, but also the compassion that you guys showed us. As for the cohort, you guys, we hustled this year, and here's how I know how much we hustled. I made a list, okay? First off, we had people phoning into radio class from British Columbia at 4 a.m. every week to report on news happening thousands of kilometers away in Montreal. We had people writing detailed and eloquent articles in their non-native language. We had people shooting video and recording audio using nothing but their phones and producing high-quality journalistic pieces. And we had people tuning into class from Europe or even their car at times. So yeah, we hustled. And it paid off because I think the difference in the quality of our work from June last year to now is tremendous. Like, raise your hands if at the beginning of the year you were filming in hardcore shaky cam, Blair Witch Project style, and now you look back and you're like, how did I even pass this class? But we worked hard and we improved, and it was just so inspiring to witness all the creativity that was coming from a virtual classroom. I can easily say that you guys were the best part of my pandemic experience. I'm not really sure what I would have done without the program and without you guys, because most days seeing your beautiful little faces on my screen was the only source of human contact that I had. So what I will say is that I'm beyond grateful for this year, and especially this cohort coming into my life at this year, because, and please don't cringe because I know it's overused, but this was unprecedented for sure. So to sum up, I'm so proud of us. Congratulations to everyone, including the professors, for making it through this year. And I'm excited to see where everyone goes from here. And I know that we're all going to help each other out and we'll stay in touch. So guys, congrats, we did it.
Sorry. Amazing. Thank you so much, Paula, for those comments from the heart. So happy for you. Next, I'll call on Eric DeCare to say a few words.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, Paula said it all, so I think I'm just going to echo a lot of what she said here. But I mean, thank you for inviting me to share a few reflections, and thank you to Robin for organizing. It's hard to capture just how weird this year has been. It was tough for all the obvious reasons, but I think there are a lot of good things that we can look back on that we can be grateful for. Back in May, when I was very excited to start this program, but I was nervous. I was nervous about being in a new city. I was nervous about, during a pandemic, about what courses would look like online. I was scared of feeling isolated, working from home. But it was kind of interesting because throughout that first summer, we all kind of found each other anyway. Outside of class, we set up emails, Zoom calls, group chats. We still managed to become friends. And during a time that seemed hell-bent on keeping that from happening. So I think I feel very grateful for that because I think that's really, really special. We were also gifted with this incredible team of professors. They went above and beyond to train us up. I never once felt unsupported in this program. Every professor was just an email, a phone call, or a Teams message away. And I could see how hard you guys worked to adapt this program when we weren't sure how it was going to be from one semester to the next. So I just want to say thank you. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. I don't know how I would have gotten through this year without the support of my new friends, my new colleagues, my new mentors. I feel like I've grown a lot this year, and I think a lot of you did too. And I just want to say you guys are all brilliant, and congrats to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much for your words from the heart as well. Next, we'll pass it to Fen Mays for last student comment.
Hello, fellow graduate staff and guests. For those who I haven't had the good fortune of meeting until now, enchanté. It's really an honor to say a few words on behalf of my graduate diploma cohort. Last June, on the first day of class, I zoomed in to find a screen full of unfamiliar and pixelated faces. Other than Dario, of course. Being Dario, he was always in crisp HD. It hit us quickly. Our profs weren't playing t-ball this year. They threw us right into the big leagues. In the first term, we covered a Hells Angels court case, patched together video docs on our phones, and wrote in-depth features. I was dreaming in CP by the end of the first week. KM, kilometer. Over the next 2 terms, we set our standards higher and higher. We helped each other out as much as we could from the bubbles of our bedrooms, finding sources for one another, looking over a peer's article last minute, or boosting spirits by posting nerdy journalism jokes on our Facebook group. One of the most delightful parts of being in this program was our diversity. There's Abbas the mathematician, Tom the marine zoologist, Mariam the physical chemist, or Gorian. Actually, I don't know what he did before. He was hard to get a hold of. This diversity of backgrounds enlivens, deepens, and broadens the stories these journalists tell and enriches our field. Throughout the year, our profs and faculty stood by us. They gave us lightning fast replies to our panicky questions and provided lots of good humor in class. They treated us as journalists and responded to our student efforts with full seriousness and respect. We didn't let COVID knock us down, so imagine what we can do when we're beyond this virus. What started with choppy internet connections ends with choppy internet connections. Ends with a unifying belief within our cohort. Journalism is a wonderful, wonderful profession. To everyone who helped us find these new and exciting paths, we say thank you.
And thank you, Fen, and thank all of you for being such fantastic students. I know as I look at all of your faces, I just remember all of those Zoom classes and extra meetings that we held, and I'm just so happy to celebrate with you at this very special event. It's now time for me to introduce an extremely special guest for the closing commencement speech. Debra Arbec hosts CBC Montreal News at 6, and she is a veteran reporter and anchor that's been covering daily news in Montreal for more than 25 years. She started her career in radio, made the switch to television news in 1998. That was the year, as you all know, of the historic Quebec ice storm. From the anchor desk and in the field over the last couple of decades, Debra has covered many of the biggest news stories in the province, such as the election night shooting at the Parti Québécois Victory Rally and the devastating Lac-Mégantic train disaster. Throughout her career, she's received several RTDNA journalism awards for reporting and is a proud alumna of Concordia University's journalism department. Over to you, Debra.
Thank you so much, Aphrodite. Yes, class of 1989. 1989, believe it or not, 3 decades ago, 32 years ago to be precise. I cannot believe this. I can't believe that it was so long ago that it's even possible. And I think back and I remember some of the top international news stories of my graduating year. The Exxon Valdez oil spill, Tiananmen Square protests, the fall of the Berlin Wall. That was the most powerful symbol of the Cold War, and it actually came down. And locally here in Montreal, I remember all too well, tragically, 10 women murdered in the Polytechnic massacre. As a student back in 1989, I mourned them And as a journalist, I've told their stories in some kind of fashion every year ever since. Now you are all graduating and living through a top story of your own right now, of course, with this global pandemic. And the reporting from this world health crisis alone is likely going to keep many of you employed for many years to come. So I just want to say, first of all, that I am so sorry that your final year in J School has been disrupted and your graduation is a virtual one. But boy, I hope you all do get together and you stay in touch and you have a huge party with loads of hugs. Hugs, can you imagine? Hugs when all of this is over. But one thing that this pandemic has not stolen from you is the fundamentals of journalism that you have learned here at Concordia University. You are going to carry them with you through your careers. When I studied broadcast journalism here at Concordia, I'm not sure broadcast journalism actually even exists anymore. It's all multi-platform. But when I studied at Concordia, Lindsay Chrysler and Rodsap ran the department. And I owe them so much. They laid the foundation for the journalist I've become. My work values, my ethics, my determination, and my appreciation for a damn good story. Now, what I know is at the heart of a very good story is people, the people we write about, the people in the audience that we actually serve. And as you leave Concordia and start building your own careers in newsrooms here and around the world, remember the fundamentals that you've learned and keep learning. Remember, you are telling someone's story, and that is an enormous responsibility. You owe it to them, and I have no doubt you'll do this. You'll do it right, but you have to strive to be fair. You have to strive to be honest to get it right. Block out all of that noise that bombards us from all directions these days, with the loudest, of course, coming from social media and other online sources. I know it can be cruel, it's unforgiving, it's trolling, it's a hot mess of misinformation and disinformation. Do not let it distract you from the work that you have to do. You have to rise above it, ignore that noise. I ask you to be inclusive, be empathetic, help one another, work to make our world, this community that we live in, better, make it more equitable. Learn from your own bias and do better than my generation has at representing all members of society. You are the next generation of truth seekers. You are the ones who will be reporting the facts. You're going to be holding power to account. And at your very worst, when you get it wrong, you're going to contribute to an erosion of trust in the media. And the members of the darkest recesses of society, well, they relish that. But when you get it right, you can actually change things, you can affect change, and you are the builders of what comes next. You are the change. Go and do amazing things. Dig and tell all of the stories that need to be told. I'm just listening to what you have had to say so far today, and how you do it with such confidence and caring, and how you seem to have achieved to develop a bond amongst all of you. I am so excited and so enthusiastic and so optimistic about the class of 2021, and wonderful things await you. And I am so excited for you because 32 years later of telling stories, I still love doing it. So congratulations to you and the best of luck. I cannot wait to see what you have to do, what you do with the future, and what you have in store for your careers. And hopefully we'll see some of you over here at CBC. I know that we will see you at other occasions at Concordia University, because I've never left. Thank you all.
Thank you, Debra. Amazing words, totally fantastic. And I'm going to say a few things, but I have to ask Aphrodite to give a word of wisdom in the end, because Debra, that was an amazing set of ideas and beliefs and things to bring forward. And I think one of the things I will say out of this, before I ask Aphrodite just to say a few final words, is that the community that the program has built over the years, it stays. Debra comes back, Kamila comes back. We all want to come back. We're all part of Concordia and part of the department. We're all fighting the same battle to make the world better on some level. And the energy you all brought to the program and will continue to bring out in the world, I can't wait to see what it does. So stay in touch, be proud. You did a fantastic job. Rest a little, breathe, but then get right back into what you want to do, those passions. Because largely we were here to guide, but you guys were the ones who brought it. And we learned just as much or more than you did. And Debra, I saw you smile a couple times. Can I ask you what you were smiling about? What were you thinking?
I just loved to hear how all of you communicate with such ease, and you all present with such intelligence. I'm really buoyed by seeing this class graduating, because you really look like a smart bunch of people, and I wish I'd gotten to know you a little better. A few of you are actually working here at CBC right now, and will be working very closely with me over the summer, and just so excited to see what lies ahead for you. It's just amazing. You really look like an impressive bunch of journalists.
Debra, you're the best. Amazing. Aphrodite, I just want to say one last thank you to everyone and congratulations. And I'll pass it to Aphrodite. I'm putting her on the spot, which is always fun because I could see in the sparkle in her eye. She thought of something for some final words, and then we'll hand it back to Robin.
Thank you so much, Dave. No, I have to say, as I look at your faces, it's interesting. As Debra was speaking, I was understanding exactly where she was coming from. And then I was looking, actually, the person on my screen below Debra is Pamela. And I was looking at Pamela and I saw her face and I was like, I knew exactly where she was coming from. I really felt through your words, all of your feelings. And I just wanted to say it's been a privilege to work with all of you and get to know all of you. And it's not goodbye, it's see you later. That's what I told Kamila when she left CTV. It's not goodbye, it's see you later. Same with Debra. So thank you so much. Congratulations from the bottom of our hearts. And yeah, we'll see you sooner rather than later. Robin?
Thanks, Aphrodite. So I guess to end it all, again, I'm going to say thank you everyone for joining. I know a lot of people are in between internships and part-time jobs, so I'm really happy everyone took the time to come here and celebrate, and especially a big thank you to Debra and Kamila for joining us and giving us their words of wisdom. And I also want to thank Elise also for helping us organize this wonderful event. So with that being said, congratulations, class of 2021, and keep in touch. We're excited to see what the future of journalism will be.